It's your girlfriend.
Your girly friends.
Shut up. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the First Class Sports Podcast. My name is Bobby.
I'm Eric.
I'm Zach.
And for the first time ever this season, we can say Zach is here.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry
God.
for coming, quite literally. I don't know. We're actually quite happy to join today.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming back. We tried. You've called me out on it so many times. When I was going over to Germany to try to come back,
yeah.
I was trying to get him to come in.
I was gonna host. Yeah.
That whole that whole thing literally collapsed. But it's fine. We got you here now. So, all right, the gang's back. Maybe one time only. We'll see. We'll see what
Is that
happens.
first time seeing that?
No, Bobby showed it to me.
Did it actually do it? I don't do it.
Sure
I swear to God. Okay. Kevin.
Magic touch.
You used to do fireworks.
Yeah, Kevin. Kevin, we're gonna need to have a talk. We need you to figure out how to fix this.
Or just change it to something else.
Yeah.
Confetti,
I don't care.
something.
I don't understand what's doing that. Anyways, so we're back here. We today is January 31st, 2024. We are talking this week. We'll talk about the Super Bowl. Last weekend we had the NFC and AFC conference championship games. This upcoming week will be the Pro Bowl. We don't care about that. We're just gonna talk about the.
Here's where I'm
Super
gonna
Bowl
get
and some other
hate.
stuff.
I do care about the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I mean now that
It's entertaining to me.
Now that it's flagged.
Well, yeah, that part. I'm talking about the skills showdowns.
There's still
That's
showdowns.
interesting.
There's
I probably
there's
still won't
flag
watch
stuff.
it though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did you hear Minshew took over as one of the quarterbacks?
I
Yeah.
did. I was like, wow, that's how much I don't want to watch the Pro Bowl.
We've seen enough of him. We don't want to see him again.
I mean, I don't
He
mean like
did
that. I
fine.
love Gardner Minshew. I love him.
Yeah.
He. I guess we did do a lot better than predicted.
Mm-hmm.
I think but I think it shows, at least for Colts wise, what could have been, because there's several things that I saw during that. I'm like, if AR was in here, 100% that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Near the goal line or like 4th and 1s, 3rd and 1s. I'm like, the RPO here would just be disgusting.
Well, they need a touch push.
Yeah, his small amounts of highlights that he has are just so fun to go back and watch.
I was telling Justin that last week. I'm
Yeah.
like, the small amounts that we do have give me hope for when because again, he never touched the field with Jonathan Taylor on the field.
Yeah.
I'm like, we get those two. And biggest key, I know we're kind of starting a little bit on the Colts thing here, ignore. We need to re-sign Pittman. As much as he did come out and say he wants to see what the field is, either tag his ass or pay him.
Yeah.
Pay him.
I think
He deserved it.
I know
We're top
draft
5
now.
We're top
I think
5.
we're gonna even draft a wide receiver.
Ooh, that's not where I was going. Okay, we can talk about that now.
Yeah.
We can talk about that now.
I agree with
listen,
Bobby on
listen.
this one. That's a good one.
So you look at it is an offensive skill set. You shut up. It is an offensive skill set where we sit at 15.
Mm-hmm.
I think wide receiver. There's a few wide receivers that we could get. Maybe
Second round.
maybe not second round, but we can get through free agency.
Well, how much are you gonna pay Pittman and everybody else?
True. We do have a lot of free agency. So a lot of our free agency money might actually go to retaining our people. I like what Pittman did. I like what Downs is going to be great. Pierce needs to figure it the hell out where he's going.
Mm-hmm.
He might be better with AR at quarterback.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Maybe. We'll see. But then you look at our tight end crew. And
No.
we lost Drew. Drew got himself arrested.
I already know where you're going with this.
We have who's the other besides Ogletree? The big guy?
Wiley Cox.
No,
Jelani Woods.
There you go. Woods.
Jelani
Kylie
Woods.
Granson.
We have Granson.
And Will Mallory.
Okay, I think we're always a tight end group, but one of those, Drew, gone.
Yeah, he will be.
Mo, I think we let walk or just let him go.
Well, he's good blocking time.
He's getting older though. He's getting older though.
Yeah.
But he can block.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
That's what Woods is for, though.
That's what.
If he can be healthy.
And Mallory.
No, that's true.
And Mallory's big too.
No, he's not.
Mallory's not big.
He's a receiving guy.
Not compared
But,
to
okay,
Woods.
that's
or,
true. But
And Granson, I don't know.
Granson's
Granson's
more
more.
like-
He's
he's more like
he's
Dallas
thick with two
He's like
C's.
He's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's more like Dallas Clark, though. I agree. I think we need to go get, if he's there, I think you do what some of these last tight end group did great this
Go ahead and say it.
is Brock Bowers.
But I think Will Mallory can do what he can do.
Can he? This is one of the best generational. Brock was fantastic.
Are you sure he's going to be a generational tight end?
I don't know about generational, but he's out there.
You know how many rookie tight ends? Now, I know you're probably going off of
I know.
Kincaid and Laporta this past
I'm actually
year.
not. Well, I'm going off of Laporta. Maybe not so much Kincaid. He didn't do as much as, like, you even look at...
But Laporta's an outlier. I'm going to tell you right now, he's an outlier.
No, but you can find that gem. Who else? What other wide receiver would you want? Because most of them...
Keon Coleman out of Florida State.
Okay. Is he going to be there at 15?
Probably. Because you got Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, he's
You
going...
got Malik Neighbors, LSU.
Okay.
And you got Roman Dunze from Washington. Those are probably the top three. I would say Coleman's probably number 4.
Okay.
Number 5 would probably be, I can't think of the guy's name, at Oregon. There's an Oregon receiver. I don't know. But yeah, I think
there's a few popping off.
I would say by 15
in the Senior Bowl right now. Well, they're doing really good now. I don't know how much that goes into their scouting.
It does. They're all down there. They'll watch them.
They're doing pretty good. A few wide receivers.
But I would say Keon Coleman.
You think Coleman?
Yeah.
I think it needs to be a skill. And so
I agree.
whether it be wide receiver or tight end, I don't know who will be there.
I think someone's going to pounce on Bowers and think what you're thinking and take him earlier. Go ahead, take him, because it may be a couple years down the road, but I think Will Mallory can do what he can do.
Like Pitts?
He hasn't even done anything yet.
He showed a little bit more this year.
He did. I would be more interested if Justin Fields went there in Pitts.
I like that. I've seen those rumors.
But I think the Bears would be stupid to let him go.
I think the Bears would be dumb to let him go, too.
So are you on the record that they need to keep Fields and draft?
I'm on the record to keep Fields. You draft Harrison and you get a left tackle with the number 8 pick.
What do you do? Okay.
I like that.
Now here's the question. Did you hear his topic?
Whose?
Trade the 1, because you know the 1, 2, and probably 3 are getting quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You can most likely fall to 4 and still get Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
And get a buttload more capital off of trading that 1. Because if you're trading the 1, you're probably trading for Caleb. The 2 is Washington.
Well, that's fine to do that. You can trade back, still keep Fields though.
No, I'm still under the assumption of keeping.
You're keeping.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like you could probably trade back. I agree with him. I think you can probably trade back to 4 and get him, because if you're trading up to 1.
4's Arizona. Good luck moving.
Okay, I'm sorry. So who does Arizona take? So maybe
Arizona
5.
would probably take Harrison.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Or a left tackle.
You're right.
Yeah.
Crap. So see, here's the thing. 2 is Washington. So if Washington is under the assumption that you are going to take Caleb, I don't know how much more you're going to get from a 2, like jumping 1 spot. 3 is New England. Again,
Those are quarterbacks right there.
yeah, those 2. That's why I said 4. I didn't know Arizona was at 4. I think I did.
The Chargers are 5.
Okay, neither one of those are taking a quarterback.
Nope.
In my opinion.
No.
Nope.
Chargers definitely won't.
So
Now
they
that
would take wide
Harbaugh's
receivers
there.
because I believe is it Keenan? Which one's older? Keenan Allen?
Yes.
No, yeah, Keenan Allen's older.
Mhm.
So yeah, they would need a replacement for him coming up because
Mike Williams. I mean,
he's younger, but he keeps getting hurt.
Yeah.
They both do.
Yeah, they like trade years. They like trade years on when they get hurt.
Well, I think Williams has just been every year.
Wow.
I think it's every other for Keenan though.
True.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
need
fair
someone
enough.
who a little bit more stable.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so enough of the draft, guys. That was kind of.
I could talk about draft all day.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I was lost.
Because you know me, the day that I even sent it to you guys in the group message that we have, that Sleeper put the rookies into the Sleeper app, I sent you the text like, here we go.
Yeah, I saw it.
And you're like, all right, you need to pause, dude.
Hold on. Which
I'm ready.
reminds me, for any who wants to come, I'm doing a transfer of the trophy on the first night of the draft.
Like you two people, you can come
They
too.
don't know where it would be so good. I'm doing a transfer of the trophy
Got like 7
like I did last year.
All 70. Come on.
7 come on. One of them's me.
They'll be the real ones.
So we're doing transfer of the Dynasty trophy like we did last year for Chris giving it to Tyler. So
I probably won't be there.
I'm just saying, you want to come have some wings? It's Thursday, so because I believe Thursday will be the first.
Not taking another day off. I might.
It's not till April, homie.
You can do that.
It might be on days by then. Who knows?
I keep trying.
Spicy.
I don't know if there's any way. We're trying.
We'll see.
We'll see.
That's beside the point.
This
is football.
That's work stuff.
That's our other podcast.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah, we can have another one.
Therapy session.
Where we just trashed. I'm just kidding.
Oh, do they watch this?
One person did because he came down and talked crap to me about the 49ers winning because I chose the Lions.
Yeah. Oh man, I
And he was
enjoyed.
dogging.
I took a little break from YouTube, and the other day I started back watching it again. I enjoyed watching the episode where you picked the wild card games.
I was awful in the wild.
You were.
I think I got 4 right.
I got all of them.
Yeah, you did. You
Yeah.
got
I was
6.
like, yeah.
Nice.
I went 0-2
But then
last
I'm-
week. You
I'm-
went 0-2,
I'm-
and you went 1-1.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
It happens.
Yeah.
Dude, first off, I wanted to see the Lions. Let's get into it.
All
Let's
of
get into the
America.
games. Let's get into the games. So last week was the conference championships, as we said. We'll start with the AFC since the AFC started the week.
First game.
Oh yeah.
It was the first game. So that was Chiefs versus Baltimore. Chiefs won 17-10. I don't think it was that close. Baltimore did not come to play.
Ooh, they did not.
I don't think Baltimore. This was in Baltimore. It wasn't like it was snowing or all that other stuff. They looked. People can say what they want about the refs. The refs didn't cause Zay Flowers to fumble at the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't cause Lamar Jackson to fumble and lose it. They didn't cause him to throw into triple coverage in the end zone and get an interception. You can't have those mistakes. And so for the person who was probably before that game the unanimous MVP, looks a little sketchy now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know. But here's the thing: the MVP is for the regular season,
Yeah.
and so that's what people need to take into account. The MVP has the playoffs have no bearings on the MVP race.
Most it shouldn't. If it does,
Right.
it shouldn't.
Because if you look at the MVP, it should just be of the regular season. So for doing that, Lamar should still take it.
Yep.
Now, I do think that they should announce the MVP before the wild card games, and if that's the case, I don't know why they don't.
Yeah, that's what makes me think that the playoffs do have some kind of.
But again, it shouldn't based on their rules.
I agree.
No, they looked Zay Flowers, and here's the other thing. There's a lot of hate on Zay Flowers. He's a rookie. That taunting penalty, boy, Zay Flowers made a fantastic play, and then got up and flexed on Snead.
Mm-hmm.
Very next play, Snead punched the ball out and caused the fumble.
Right at the goal line.
Right at the goal line. And I mean, you got a good play because it backed you up 15 because you stood up and flexed on him. And I'm just like, listen, my question is this. In the NFL, some people call it immature. Some people say it's, I forget the word, not hindrance, but towards your team. You need to act right. You're in the NFL. You're making big money. You're here to put on. That's why some of the showboating when you get a pick and you flat. Okay, how is that not done? I understand you're allowed to do some. My question is, at what point is too far? Because getting up and flexing on somebody.
Did he flex like so? Did he flex like in his face?
He kind of just stood over him and did like a hard flex.
He was still on the ground.
Okay,
so he like
then
flexed over him.
I could see them doing that.
Here's my thing. Did it cause a delay of game? No. That was a deep downfield.
Yeah.
And my thing,
Didn't.
you're men, emotional game. At some point, I've heard different people talk. Let them taunt. They want taunting in the game to a point where it doesn't delay the game.
Yeah.
I understand to a point. You're going to trash talk. I guess maybe if he stood over him a little bit longer and refused to let him get up, I don't think that was the case. He did stand over him, and he did do a flex, but I think he backed up, and then I think he got off of him. At that point, I'm just like, I can see both ways, and I don't know how you guys feel about it. In college, I can see that being a penalty, 100%.
Yeah.
You're still in school, NFL, put your big boy pants on. I don't know. I don't, again, but then there's the gray line, I think, of where does it stop? Or, at what point, where do you call the taunting if you're going to do that? And so I think that brings in people's arguments of they want taunting to a point. That point is now gray. Where does that stop? Because his taunt, which, Steven, get on, we'll see. I don't think that should have been taunting under those rules. But then again, where would it stop? Like at what point would refs be like, oh, that's too far?
I mean, I definitely think if you're standing over someone and you're flexing over him, that should definitely be called. Like, the dude's on the ground. At least let him get up and yell in his face. That's my opinion.
Well,
as we all know, the language that's said on the field probably is not for most.
Not for the youngins.
No.
Yeah.
I've had, there's some that we get the blessing.
Unless you're George Kittle.
Oh,
He's a pretty solid guy on the field.
George Kittle's pretty funny.
Yeah.
He makes me like him more and more every year.
Yeah.
When he came back on after the Packers on Pat McAfee show.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty funny. I don't know. I just thought this was Ravens' year, and I was really surprised. Here's the thing. All year, I think you and I have talked about it. Me and my dad have talked about it. Kansas City wasn't scaring anybody the entire year.
Yeah.
No, but the thing that made me tell you guys I think they're the most dominant team is the fact that they have Patrick Mahomes that almost can seamlessly not even care about the regular season and still have the record they have, still win their division, and he can flip that switch when they get to the playoffs, and here they are on the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
That's the key. Is there was something later in the season that wiped away all that at the end because, again, like you said, playoff clicked, and all of a sudden, not that they look like a brand new team, but
Their offense did.
they're running more with Pacheco.
Yeah, but they're also, Kelsey is getting
He's
back
playing
into
better.
his groove.
He's had
And
a
then
great
the
game.
emergence of Rashee Rice
Rice has been fantastic.
having a solid second option now to catch passes.
Yeah, Rice has been good.
So all you really just have to rely on like people like MVS and Watson and those guys to just catch passes here and there.
Right.
You know what's funny? Who didn't you say would be catching passes?
MVS.
No.
McLaurin.
I didn't say Tony because
There you go.
Okay, so there's just
Do you want to get into it?
Yeah. They did not let Tony play. They scratched him because of his injuries, but then Tony comes out and says that's a bunch of BS.
Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
Okay, so yeah, as he said, last week in the divisional, he might have still been hurt. He didn't say nothing then.
Oh.
He was a healthy scratch from his injuries. Then they said he was a scratch for his injuries for the conference champion, and Tony comes out and says, "Yo, that's that's bullshnikey."
You're gonna be looking for a new job next year.
Yeah, he was like, that's bullshnikey. They're lying to you. I'm healthy, and I'm just like,
And you still suck.
yeah, you still can't catch them all. So what?
Tell me I'm wrong.
The conspiracy is...
I agree.
The conspiracy
I'm
is
in the
that
boat.
the Chiefs were keeping him off the field so that he wouldn't drop crucial passes or line up off sides and cost him a game. I'm just saying. Could have been.
I bet money he's not going to ever play football again.
Yikes.
I think he'll get one more shot.
You think?
You'll get a training camp invite. And we'll see what happens.
Raiders will pick him up.
Raiders.
Yep.
Okay.
They're stupid enough to do it.
yeah. Or the Panthers.
So, Chiefs are back in the Super Bowl for the 4th time in 5 years.
Can I just say this about the Ravens before we move on?
Yeah, sure.
For being the number one running offense, or one of the number one running offenses in the league, why was Lamar in the pocket for so long?
I don't know if it was the defense. Here's the thing: the Chiefs have a good defense this year.
They do.
I did see a stat that this entire year the Chiefs blitzed him the most of any team.
Like run blitzes.
It was like almost like between 40 and 50% is how many times they blitzed him.
I would need
sense.
to go back and watch some of it, but I feel like they contained him when they needed to. Now, he had the one play, which I felt he slowed up. There was a draw, I think it was 4th and 1, and it was a designed QB draw up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And he had the whole right-hand sideline. And I don't know if he slowed up, but he tried to, stiff arm the guy instead of just running, and he slowed him down, and he stopped. I'm like, I know you're faster than that. Why are you slowing down?
I think he just put too much on his shoulders. Like, he needed his team around him, and he just...
Well, they paid him. They still need more
Yeah.
on the offense.
Yeah.
I mean, OBJ
They need a solid running
he's
back.
old.
Yeah,
They need a solid running back.
they do.
To be healthy.
Which the rumor is a lot of people are speculating that they're going to go after Derrick Henry.
That would be wild.
But
he's old.
I was going to say,
Okay,
but think
he's
about
old,
it. He's
yeah.
almost past his prime.
Yeah.
So how much are you going to be willing to pay him?
I mean, you have J.K.
true.
Dobbins, but he gets on IR every year.
Yeah, I think he's about done.
I think he's
He has
about done
tore his
too.
Achilles.
Yeah.
And then you have Gus, which I was surprised they weren't running as much as they did. They were
Yeah.
running the other guy.
Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They started running Gus a little bit. If they were going to go after running back, keep Gus as your power back.
I agree.
Get Austin Eckler.
Isn't he? How old is he?
Yeah, but Austin Eckler would be your receiving back.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because I've always said, Austin is not your power back. He's your receiving back.
That's
so
a
if you
good
do
option.
if you do your 1-2 punch,
Is he a free agent?
I believe so. I do not quote me on that. I thought I saw he was. I could be wrong.
Spicy.
There's a heavy list of free agent running back. Or how about this one? This one I do know for a fact. Saquon Barkley is a free agent.
He is.
Oh, that's right.
That would be wild.
Oh, I'd like that.
There you go.
That'd be
I would
cool.
like that over.
Ashley Eckler, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I do know
Hang
Saquon
on.
Barkley is. Okay, you can look it up. And of course, Mark Andrews came back, and then he was okay. I just think that for the offense and the defense that was out there, I mean, again, 17-10 isn't bad. But one more quick note on this game because I thought it was hilarious, which I'm going to try to have this over here because, Steven, I know you're going to want to add it because you're a Chiefs fan and you'll like this. Patrick Mahomes was trying to warm up his passes.
That would be insane.
In his end zone. And he moved. He moved. Justin Tucker was also on that side of the field. Did you guys see that?
I haven't been listening to. Oh, the helmet thing.
I'm gonna throw this. Justin Tucker.
You're
Was
talking about the
trying to warm
helmet.
up. Yeah.
Have you seen the videos from the Pat McAfee show
Yes.
and then from his own podcast?
Yep. I saw where Kelsey was on, and then Pat
poked his head.
Poked his head.
And then so he moved Justin Tucker's balls out of the way. And he moved the helmet out of the way, and so that they could practice. And Tucker's just in the background. He's like, all right, dude.
He just continues to stretch like nothing's going on.
But I get why they did it, though. I agree with Travis Kelce. Your helmet is right there, right by where Travis's feet are as he's dropping back. And
Travis is dropping back?
Mahomes.
Pat.
No, it's okay.
Pat's dropping back. Sorry. Pat's dropping back, and I could see there. Not that he intended to do something, but I mean
safety.
Yeah.
Get your crap out of the way.
Yeah.
But Tucker's been doing that his whole career, going on both sides of the field.
He does it. I think all kickers do that.
Yeah.
They do. That's what Kelsey and both on the Kelsey brothers were saying. That all kickers do that, but I think it was the simple fact that you left your crap like right there, right where our quarterbacks are dropping back and doing their practice throws.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just thought it was funny. So we can bounce off, obviously, as we said. By the way, you should know the only quarterback to beat Mahomes in the playoffs.
Bro.
Very good.
Which, I was listening to the episode with you and JJ, and you said your teams, other than the Colts, are the 49ers and the Lions.
I forgot.
Where?
I forgot Cincinnati.
Because you were, my goodness.
Dude, you were on a Burrow train.
Yours as almost like your boyfriend.
Burrow was hurt this year, though.
So you just broke up with him?
I did. You got to be healthy to bring in. Just kidding.
Didn't you buy a jersey?
News update.
Technically, Cincinnati would be my fourth because I do have a lot of family in
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Do you have, man?
How many people? I have a lot of family outside
You have
of
too
Indiana.
much commitment right now, and you need to dial it back a little bit.
Says who?
We,
your friends. Who does your girlfriend root for?
I have to tell her what how many yards are in the first down. I have to help coach. It's fine.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
Maddie's Maddie's the same way still.
She's like a Denver Broncos fan or something.
Yeah,
she probably would pick.
No, she roots for the teams I'm rooting for currently.
All four of them.
Except for this. She was rooting for the Chiefs because she wanted Taylor Swift to go, and I was just like,
of course, man.
See, all right, that's one. We got him hit his head on the mic. That's one.
The whole Taylor Swift thing, I'm over it.
As Eric was saying, I agree. No, my sister was saying it. I don't even think you did. My sister said it. It's not really that I hate Taylor. It's not Taylor's fault. It's all the people on the cameras flashing.
I said that to you.
You did.
Yeah.
So my sister said that too. So it's not. I don't mind Taylor. She's in a relationship with Kelsey. Cool. Seems healthy. Yeah. I'm not hating on that. I'm not even hating that she's going to the games. She's supporting her boyfriend. Cool. Yeah. Don't mind that. I don't need to see it every time they get
15 yards. 10 yards.
Kelsey touches the ball. And that's the camera's fault. The camera people and it's the news people. Not hers.
You know,
Yeah.
they're being.
That's not-
I don't even tell you it's the camera guy's fault. It's their boss's fault. The executive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're
They
saying
want
You
the
know why?
views.
I'm picking you today. You're on Taylor duty, so your camera is just gonna be.
They get,
Money.
they know they're getting more money.
It's a money grab.
Yeah, not hating. It's just anyway.
It's genius.
So you're right, Burrow. So now off the NFC Championship, which was the Niners versus the Lions.
You blew it.
You did. You
They done did. They done
listen,
did it.
I was clearly rooting for the Lions the whole time because I wanted to see double Michigan teams win. I'm happy for my mom. I will obviously root for the Niners going forward.
I'm not mad at that.
So, but the Lions had
They did.
it. San Francisco did not win this game.
They shouldn't have gone for it.
The Lions blew this game.
They shouldn't have gone for it on fourth down.
It's not even that.
They would have been tied.
Hang on. I will counter that point in a minute.
Okay.
It was 24-7 at half, right? 24-7 at half, 17-point lead. I thought it was over. It was done. Here's the thing. I will agree with you. My dad thought that at the very end of the half, when they kicked the field goal with a minute going in, he thought they should have gone for it for a touchdown. At that point, I'm okay
I would
because I
take
think
it
you
to
scored a
3.
touchdown.
I would take
I'll
it.
take the 3. But here's where I actually think I would have punched it in there because I think he would have gotten it. The way they were running the ball in the first half, they were gassed. They couldn't stop anything in the first half. They corrected in the second half. I don't know if they would have gotten in the second half. In the first half, the way they were going, I 100% think they would have gotten that. In the second half, you guys were talking. This is where I think the football gods were against them. You say you can't be mad at Dan Campbell for going for it
Takes balls.
on those 14.
Yeah.
Got balls.
But that's what got them there. You can't be mad when it doesn't go right because that was his whole MO the entire season.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
It
got
has
them
been.
there.
Yeah.
So he's going to do it again, and just when it does it, it was just a bad night for him, especially in the second half. But on those fourth downs,
Was it
Reynolds dropped 2
Yeah.
fourth down passes.
It was 2?
No, one was a third,
It was
one was a
one.
fourth. One was a third, one was a fourth.
Yeah.
But still, those would have kept the drive going.
It wasn't Amon Ra that dropped the other fourth down?
He dropped 1.
He dropped, but I don't know if it was a
I don't know if it was
I
a
think it was.
fourth. Was it?
I think it was.
I don't-
I could
I don't
be wrong.
remember.
I don't think so.
And then the Gibbs fumble didn't help
The
either.
Gibbs
No,
fumble, but
that didn't
again, that was that momentum swing hurt. But again, he was feasting all day.
That's my boy. That's my fantasy.
That
Gibbs
looked like
is
a bad. If you're listening to announcers, I think he was right. I think one of them lined up wrong.
Yeah,
they
they
said
said he-
I don't know who it was.
It was,
It was probably Gibbs. I think he was
Probably.
supposed to be farther to the left,
yeah.
and he was more directly behind.
He never really had a whole full
And he never,
control.
yeah. So anyway, the reason I felt like this game, you had those drops, you had the fumble, the one that got me. You had the two. Even if you'd kicked one, the one that you should have kicked the field goal on that one, because that would have tied the game. I disagree with that one. The second field goal that they didn't go for. The first one,
Why is there balloons?
dude, I don't fucking know. Kevin, you need to fix it. Anyways,
Nobody even moved.
I don't know, dude. So the first one, okay, whatever. The second one you had to go for it because you were already down 10. You kicked the 3, now you're down 7. They got the 7, but now you have to kick it. Now you're forced to do the onside kick. I think you had to kick it there, but that's neither here nor there. What got me was that I knew the football gods were going against the Lions. Was the deep pass that should have been intercepted that bounced off the dude's face mask, and Ayuk comes out of nowhere and that catch happens 1 out of 600,000 times.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Oh, and then you forget about the one pass where Purdy
went
left.
So was it the Jennings?
Threw it across his body, and Jennings just one-handed.
We were just
watching that.
It wasn't that one.
Oh,
It
was
wasn't
the other
that
one?
This one he was rolling left.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
He was rolling left. His entire body was facing left, and he just kind of just throws it over there, and Jennings just one-hand palms it. I'm just like, okay. Hi.
You can't be mad at it.
The other thing in the first half, Purdy wasn't running.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The second half, you forget that Purdy has wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he took off for like 2 or 3 15-yard plus runs. And I'm just like, okay. And they were on third downs. They were on like third and longs. And and I'm just like, Guys,
Mr. Irrelevant.
you need to put a QB spy in here.
Man, he's no longer irrelevant anymore.
That's true.
Okay, so here's where the Purdy slander comes in. I don't know if I sent you the TikTok where he was first in every stat that mattered this year. Every stat.
Yep.
QBR. There was Pat McAfee brought it up. Now this was regular season, but I mean he's done well in the playoffs.
Still impressive.
As a second year.
Yeah.
As a second year player.
Last in the
who
draft.
really didn't even play.
He didn't play a
full
year last year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So to come in here and do that, boy, I think, you want to compare him to things. Everyone wants to call him a system quarterback, and Dennis West was talking about this. Is not every quarterback a system quarterback? If you go to high school, right? We'll start in high school. You go to high school, they have a playbook. Are they not running their system? What are you talking about when you call system quarterback? Because here's my thing. They want to say that he's just doing checkdowns of 10 yards. No, he's not. I've seen him throw. We just watched a full 5-minute video, well over 5 minutes. He's throwing bombs that are on point. You can't sit there and say he's a system. I understand he has a lot of checkdowns.
But the argument where people are trying to say this because in the past, you can probably exclude Trey Lance. But any quarterback that has played in Shanahan's system when he's been in San Francisco have all tended to be pretty decent, if not better.
So he has a good. Is that him just having a good system?
I think so. I think he's very offensive minded. I think he's a genius.
I mean,
But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. He on some of the unscripted stuff, he's still making plays.
Now that's Shanahan, but hang on. You look at Shanahan, but if you're talking specifically
That's what I'm saying.
about San Francisco, like you have Garoppolo, and then you had Kaepernick, and then you had Alex Smith, and stuff like that. They all had success, but then you also look at Green Bay.
Oh, you can't really put Kaepernick or Alex Smith into this.
I was talking San Francisco specifically.
Yeah, but they weren't there when Shanahan was there.
I said that.
Well, yeah.
I said that. I was just talking about San Francisco in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Shanahan, who were his quarterbacks then?
Yeah, he had Garoppolo.
Okay.
Purdy.
Trey Lance.
For a short period.
Trade for what, 3 games?
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
Oh, there's it Beathard?
Okay, yeah.
Beathard looked.
I don't know.
No, he didn't look like amazing, but he was competent.
Okay, competent. So, but then
Sam
if you
Darnold.
Go over, but then you can go.
Yeah, he
Darnold.
looked a little more competent than he is.
But then you go over to Green Bay, and this looks like 3 straight quarterbacks in a year that they're going to have great success with.
Yeah.
Jordan Love let them. Hell, they probably should have beaten by all rights. They should have beaten San Francisco.
Man.
And Love made
just threw across the field.
Love made. It reminded me.
They had so much time still.
It reminded me so much of Brett Favre when he was with Minnesota against New Orleans in 2009.
Yeah.
I believe it was in the championship game.
Yeah.
He rolled right, threw across his body, picked off. That was the game.
Yep.
Then we had to face New Orleans, and we don't want to talk about that.
I don't even know if I'm going to say that Green Bay has a system either, because if you think about it, they've all had different. They had LaFleur.
Yeah.
They had Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
And then who was it?
They had McCarthy for a while.
I'm trying to think who was right before McCarthy.
McCarthy was with Favre and
Was it Holmgren that was with Brett Favre at the beginning? Yeah, it was.
that was the beginning. I'm talking about.
But what I'm saying is, like, are you trying to say that Green Bay?
Yes,
they're all system quarterbacks.
No, just more of like Green Bay can like groom quarterbacks.
They can,
It's like Green Bay, San Francisco. If you look at teams, maybe not really again system, but just like the team, because you look at it, it doesn't matter who's there. Chicago can't groom a damn quarterback.
Nor can Dallas.
But
I'll beg to differ. You look at Tony Romo's stats; he had arguably a really good Dak.
I'm just saying that.
The playoffs,
just saying that because they suck in the playoffs.
Yeah. As MVP stats.
Yeah.
You look at those stats. I'm talking about. We can't really fully say what Fields is at the moment.
We can't. No,
They can't groom a quarterback. And I mean, every other team. I mean, seems like they've gotten at least one good. Maybe the Raiders. Since I mean,
Carr was great for a while.
I might give you Carr.
Yeah, Carr was.
I might give you Carr.
for like a blink of an eye.
Yeah, I might give you Carr.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the teams. I'm like, there's really not.
Another team who hasn't been able to develop.
Jets.
Sanchez got him to 2 straight.
Sanchez, yeah.
Pennington before that.
Pennington.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking the most recent.
Vinny Testaverde before that.
Yeah. I just, you can say what you will about certain ones. Now, here's the other one. No, I can't say that. Browns.
There you go.
Are we counting Baker?
I would count Baker. He got them their first playoff win, but...
True.
Baker's the first one that, if you look at the teams of quarterbacks who got the last playoff win, Baker's the only one that has 2 teams.
It's true.
Browns and now Bucks.
Yeah,
Yep.
true.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Niners, back there again. We are having a rematch from, I believe it was 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
This is the rematch. I believe Chiefs did sneak that one out. I think that was close again.
Yeah.
It was.
But that was with Garoppolo.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got Purdy.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
They could have been there last year too if he didn't get hurt.
I
100%.
I think they would have been there last year if he hadn't gotten hurt.
100%.
So this is probably the Super Bowl we should have had last year. We're getting it this year. If we're going by picks, because now we can pick, we're kind of done recapping. Unless you guys have anything else to recap. Nope. I think, obviously, you kind of heard me maybe say I'm going Niners all the way. I think I'm going to go Niners all the way.
Go ahead. No, you go. You go ahead.
I'm taking Chiefs.
I already knew that. I'm going Niners. 100%.
Yep.
Just because I think they're better all around in every aspect. Offense, defense, special teams.
Mm-hmm. I think if you look at what the Lions were able to do, San Francisco can do that as well, if not better. Because they have Kittle. They have Debo's going to be healthier. He has another week to get, and Debo looked very good.
Yep.
Even though he was questionable that whole game. He's going to have that Pro Bowl time to get healthy.
You got Ayuk.
Absolute star.
Baller.
And then you got, obviously, you got McCaffrey.
And that's one reason why I'm picking the Niners, because it's McCaffrey's first Super Bowl.
I mean, I know.
And I really like McCaffrey.
Purdy's first Super Bowl, too.
I know, but McCaffrey's been in the league way longer trying to...
Right?
No, Kittle...
He was there.
Kittle was there.
Kittle was there.
That's right.
And there's a fun...
Either way, we would have gotten an Iowa tight end in there.
Yeah.
There's also a fun fact
Wait,
behind
what's so big about Iowa? I know Laporta.
They have great tight ends coming out of there.
Dallas Clark.
Laporta.
Fair enough.
Kittle. Yeah, Iowa has some great tight ends.
That's true.
I don't know, just fun stat.
The fun fact about the 49ers, though, is if McCaffrey and the Niners win the Super Bowl, it'll be the first father-son duo in the NFL that they've won the Super Bowl with the same team.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was with Sanford when he won his.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Did you know this stat? I've heard this stat. Because Chiefs and San Francisco went, it will continue a Super Bowl record that no Alabama player has scored a point in the Super Bowl.
I saw that.
Think of all that graduated from Alabama. Excuse me, I must put that in there. That graduated.
Oh, you're just taking shots at Alabama for no reason, man.
I just heard it on the radio. I was just like,
I'm all for it.
yeah. But no, I just thought it was funny. I was like, there's no way.
So you guys are saying that the 49ers are just an all-around better team than the Chiefs?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
He's upset.
No. I'm not upset. I'm just saying anything they can do, the Chiefs can do.
Or I thought you were going to say better after that.
I don't know about that, because if you look at Kittle and you look at Kelsey, they've both been producing.
Careful what you say.
Okay. Kittle is a better all-around tight end than Kelsey. He's a far better blocking tight end than Kelsey. So then if you put that also into catching, Kelsey and Kittle are kind of right there. But Kittle is put more back into, hey, you're blocking.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get the receiving numbers that he does. But when he does, Kittle's out there. Next, wide receivers. That's a joke, right? Is that a joke? What wide receivers? Besides Rice has been coming off.
So you're sleeping on Rashee Rice.
Okay, so Ayuk is better. Debo's better. Jennings is better.
Jennings is not better
Jennings
than
is
Rice.
better. Jennings is. I'm sorry. Jennings is.
Rice is just a rookie, so
I'll give you Ayuk and I'll give you Samuel, but I will not say that Jennings is just off of one catch.
No,
is better than
based off
Rashee
of one
Rice.
catch. He's been out there all year doing stuff like that. Okay, fine. They're par then. Would you go par?
Yeah. All I'm telling you
You'll
is
go par?
all I'm telling you is that you act like San Francisco's defense is almost like they're good. Don't get me wrong. They're very good. They are. I just think you got Pat Mahomes.
You're not saying Chiefs are better on defense.
I'd argue that they are.
I don't get that one. No, I think the 49ers are way better on defense.
Keep talking.
Okay. I would argue that the Chiefs are better.
Keep talking.
I think they've been. I don't know the statistics, but I believe they've probably been able to hold teams to lesser points than the 49ers have. Probably give up a little less yards than the Niners have. They're definitely better against the run than the Niners are.
And against the run, I can see that.
And they also just have Pat Mahomes.
That's
Pat
fair.
Mahomes
That's
almost
fair.
trumps anything because he's just that darn good.
Yeah, and he's great in the playoffs.
And now he's only been in the league for 5 or 6 years, and he's already pissing everybody off like he's Tom Brady.
Yeah, 6 years.
Who?
Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
He's been in the league 6 years, and this is his fourth.
You guys, no one couldn't. You guys had to pick someone to hate that much. More.
I'm not hating on Patrick Mahomes. I just don't want the Chiefs to win. But I want it to be a good game. That's all I ask.
49ers defense is better than the Chiefs by far.
By far.
49ers were ranked 3rd. Chiefs were ranked 17.
Really?
That's kind of what I thought.
Passing defense.
Sacks from the Niners compared
Passing
to Chiefs.
defense. Chiefs were ranked 4th. 49ers were ranked 14th. But the touchdowns given away from passing, there's a 1 touchdown difference. 20-19.
Oh, so they're about even then. Even if they say 4th and 17.
Roughly, they're about, because if you look at that, Chiefs have the number 2 defense, but when you look at like the total difference from the Niners, who are at 8, it's like 13 yards per game.
So they're both about the same.
They're both about the same, and one gives up more rushing, one gives up more passing. So, okay, where do the strengths lie? So, if the Chiefs struggle a little bit more on protecting the rush, fucking perfect. McCaffrey all day.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Next, Niners are better at pass defense. Is that what I said?
No,
Yeah.
Chiefs are better at pass defense.
Chiefs are better at
Chiefs are better at pass defense. Okay, so run defense. Okay, so that takes away help.
Debo.
No, Chiefs.
Pacheco.
Thank you. I was getting there. I wanted to say CMC, and I knew that was wrong. Not CMC. Oh my God. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the other one. He's still there. He's the second now.
Yeah.
So
Struggle us.
took away Pacheco. I know you don't want to put the hands in Mahomes because he can do dangerous things, but it depends on who you're guarding. Really, you have Rice and Kittle. Because the other ones show up every now and again.
Well, every team already knows that you need to stop Kelsey. You need to stop Rice. Teams know that by now.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Can they do that? Because the Ravens have a very good defense, and they got torn. Now, there wasn't a lot of points, but they got torn up.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
They got shredded to pieces.
So I guess it comes down to...
I'm letting you know now, Mahomes is a magician, and you better watch out.
Did I not say that Purdy comes out of nowhere with his legs? So he can do it too.
Okay.
He can do it too.
I know you can.
Baby Mahomes, I'm calling that.
You can do that.
Baby Mahomes.
I'm just gonna take the guy. I'm gonna take the guy who's been there though.
Here's the thing. I can't argue about that.
There's nothing you can say
can't
about that one.
argue about that. But what I will say, you were saying that people already hate on Mahomes. They hate on Mahomes the same way they're hating Brady.
Purdy could be
because they hate seeing people who are there, and I get it. They don't. We're doing the same thing that we were doing with the Patriots. We're tired of seeing them there.
Beat him.
Hey, that's what we were saying.
That's why.
So okay, but now Purdy, the problem with Purdy, the hate I'm seeing is
I'm not hating on Purdy at all.
A lot of people are.
Well, for no
Is
reason.
because he's like, people are giving him such high stats because he was such a low pick.
Yeah.
If he was a high pick, everyone would shut the hell up. No one would be talking.
Yeah.
Absolutely no one. If he was a first rounder, second rounder, nobody would be talking.
They should be praised the 49ers. They hit the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
But what did they have to give up for it?
No.
Does it? No.
To get Purdy?
No. What did to get Trey Lance that now you've given up? So you gave up 3 first rounders.
I don't care either.
Does it equal out that now you found your quarterback at the final draft when you had to give up 3 for a bust?
Yep.
Does that even?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I think it does as well.
Because you're 1 game away from winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But yes, it's
Yeah.
equal.
And you were
And who's the team that you gave all those picks to?
Eagles. No. Excuse me. Yes. No.
Was it the Eagles?
I think it was the Eagles.
Would they
Wait.
pick 2? It was 2 or 3 they got
Hang on.
Lance.
Well,
What year was that
Lance
draft?
went to the Cowboys, right?
He is now. What year was that draft? 2021?
I don't know.
For Purdy.
No. For
Lance.
Lance.
That was
For who
3
you
years ago.
I want to say it was the Eagles. I could be 100% wrong. But I think they used that pick to get Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I think it is Eagles because that makes sense.
Hang on.
I could be 100% wrong. But for some reason, I think it was Eagles. Nothing else makes sense. Ow.
Hang on. Keep talking. I'll
Yeah.
find it.
I mean, I'm almost done wrapping up here. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, look, guys, we have one more episode most likely talking about draft picks and the results of the Super Bowl and stuff like that. We're gonna try to get other things involved. Steven and I have talked about maybe him and I doing some wrestling stuff. We can get in there. Basketball, I really don't know how I would do basketball. I could try to figure that out. We might either just do a bracket like we were trying to do in March of last year. We might try to figure that one out. I've gotten more into hockey, but until I can figure out who else wants to get into hockey with me, I don't know. It's kind of hard to do solo hockey talk. I don't like doing hockey.
Hockey talk.
I don't like doing podcasts by myself, so I would like to find someone else I could bounce some hockey off of. Did you find it?
Keep going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Buddy,
well, it's been a minute. Yeah.
Hey, so you gonna start posting some more stuff on some socials there, bud?
If I can get some material.
I know. We need to get you more TikTok information, but you need to start doing more breaking news, stuff.
Yeah, been kind of
You didn't
slack
even
on
tell
it.
any of the coaching stuff you wanted to talk
I did
about.
last week.
Oh,
The only one I didn't do was the one that just was announced today from Baltimore.
Oh.
Or it was Seattle got the Baltimore guy.
Yeah.
I don't even know his name.
I've never heard of him.
Neither have I. The only thing that I would bring up, but I want your full attention when I talk about it, because I want your opinion. Hang on. One moment. Ignore me.
Consider yourself ignored.
Okay.
Why is it so hard to find a team they traded with to trade up?
So are we gonna all have to start Googling this?
We can be a cut here, Steven.
Insert Jeopardy music.
Yeah.
Copyright.
Sorry.
What the hell, man? All right. Best trade to the Eagles. No, it wasn't Philadelphia.
No.
The Philadelphia traded up to number 10 to get Smith.
I'm hungry.
Was it Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it traded hands a few times. One of them was for Micah Parsons. The other one, Miami traded, Jesus. I swear. Okay.
See, he doesn't.
Some of these traded hands several times.
I just want to know who they traded with to move up to number 3 to pick him.
I don't know. It's been so
I
long.
bet it looks like it's saying it's Miami.
I think it looks like it was Miami. And then it was. Yeah. Anyways, not important. The one thing I was gonna finally ask here, because you mentioned something about Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a serious question.
Okay.
Because my dad posed this. He asked it, and it's a fair question, because I keep hearing people ask it. Is Bill Belichick truly the GOAT?
Coaching in the NFL?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let me pose the question. I don't think so. I think he was blessed by Tom Brady. Because
Well,
if you look at everything after Tom Brady left, he's awful.
Yeah.
He does not have a winning record. He only has success when he is with Tom Brady. You look at other who have bounced. You can look at Shanahan. You can look at Andy Reid.
Bruce Arians.
They've had success elsewhere with multiple QBs. I have the record here. Pull it up, thank you. Bill Belichick with Tom Brady was 219-64. Without, he's 47-57. So,
pretty average.
Brady. Here's the thing. It's already been confirmed that Brady was the reason for all the winning because he left and immediately won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and didn't Tom go to 2?
He went to 2 because he lost to Chiefs.
Yeah, he went to 2 Super Bowls.
Did, yeah,
He lost to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Tom left, went to 2 Super Bowls in another team, and won one of them. So we can clearly say, in my opinion, Bill Belichick has these wins and can be considered the GOAT because of Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, and my dad, certain people are asking, how can the greatest coach of all time not be considered? I all thought he was going to Atlanta, and then a left swerve came. And I'm like, everyone's like, how can no one pick him up? And I'm like, I don't know. In my opinion,
I heard he's been wanting too much power.
I heard that too.
Well, because he was the GM as well.
He was because what's his face gave him all the power. Which okay, cool, fine, whatever. But if we're gonna talk about the GOAT, and this isn't just a Colts fan arguing about a Patriot, an ex-Patriot coach, it's arguably he had one quarterback for 24 years.
21.
Was it 21?
Because then Brady retired after 23 years. 24 years. So then it'd be...
So 21. So 21 years,
yeah.
He had success because of Tom. I'm just posing that. Arguments, concerns, questions.
No, I agree. I mean, it's valid. I think isn't Don Shula the most winningest coach still?
Yes.
He's on his way to break that, but if he doesn't have a
coach.
team,
Yes,
he can't beat it.
Yeah.
So
doesn't have a team.
I just think that's why a lot of people were thinking that he would go somewhere. It would have been interesting if he went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Very.
And try to coach someone like that, whoever they were to get. But no, I don't think if you can say, he's the GOAT, you can understand, I'd put Andy Reid over. Because Andy Reid's gone to multiple teams with multiple quarterbacks and had great success.
Yeah, Andy Reid is up there. You could probably put, obviously, Vince Lombardi up there.
I said Bruce Arians.
Yeah,
Bruce
well,
Arians is a good one.
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't coach long as a head coach, Bruce Arians.
That's true. Well,
He didn't coach for too long.
Yeah.
His tenure
But-
isn't.
But even for the amount of time that he did coach, he did very well.
You could argue Mike McCarthy. I know he doesn't have a great playoff record, but when he was there in Green Bay and he was there in the Cowboys, it's not like the regular season. He wasn't winning.
Yeah.
And he had multiple quarterbacks with it.
Yeah. I think Mike Ditka had a good run with the Bears.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously.
John Madden back in the day with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Dungy.
Tony Dungy, for
he was
sure.
success with Tampa Bay and with us. You could probably even put Bill Cowher, Chuck Noll, anyone that's coached the Steelers.
Jimmy Johnson.
Right. I mean, can you argue? I mean, I want to see him go another place and do well. Is Mike Tomlin? I actually was really seeing if they would let him go. Because I would have seen if he went somewhere else and do well. Because if
He's
you look
never
at
had a losing season.
He's never had a losing season. But I don't think he's won a playoff game since
Big Ben.
Big Ben. I think Big Ben is the last person to give him a win in the playoffs.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Because who was after Ben?
Kenny.
No.
No.
Mason.
No.
Was Mason immediately after?
Crap. I can't remember his name. I know it wasn't. I don't believe it was Kenny.
It wasn't Kenny. It was Mason.
You think it was Rudolph?
I think it was Mason Rudolph.
We got his head bashed in by.
Miles Garrett.
That's it. All right. Well, we've gone long enough. Unless there's anything else we want to talk about, guys. We got the Super Bowl here in a couple weeks. That you know what? I really do wish the Lions would have been there. That would have been hype of all the storylines that I said. It's a shame. I do think that I hope they get there again.
They'll be just fine. They're bringing back Ben Johnson. Yeah, that's big.
That's huge. He told everybody else that was trying to interview him that he's staying. That's big.
I'm sure Montgomery will be back.
They started feeding Gibbs more at the end of the year. They
Good.
didn't do that.
They'll be just fine.
I think they will be fine. They got some young people on that defense. Hutchinson, animal.
Brian Branch,
animal. Is it Barnes there too?
Barnes, and
Animal.
Anzalone,
You have
Gardner Johnson.
Gardner Johnson.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
But anyways,
It was Mason.
was it Mason?
Mhm.
Look at you.
Was it just for like a year or full season? Or?
So when Big Ben, it was Big Ben, Mason, and then next year it was Mason, and then it was Ben again because he was injured. But it's all for the last 4
I'm
years.
talking about after he retired.
Well, it was still Mason.
Okay.
Then it was Kenny Pickett and Trubisky.
And then Mason.
Mitch
Yeah.
was the one I was.
And now it's
forgetting.
Mason again.
Now it's Mason again.
Yeah.
So if they get a quarterback,
They get a quarterback.
maybe they get Russ.
We'll talk about that later because, dear Lord, that's going to become a huge talking point in the offseason. God, that'd be so stupid, and it sounds like they're doing it.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll wrap this up. This matchup, while I do like it, it's not that I'm not a fan of Kelsey and Mahomes. I like them. It does get to a point to where it's just like, I'm tired of seeing you there. But, I get it.
Especially when all of America wanted Baltimore and Detroit.
I wanted Baltimore. I'm gonna be honest.
I wanted Kansas City and Detroit.
I wanted Bills.
Oh, I wanted
Overall,
Bills for
I
sure.
wanted Bills.
For sure. Bills.
I wanted the Colts.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right.
Calm down.
We could have.
Well, if we're gonna go that route, then I wanted Houston.
Okay, I was about to say,
Yeah,
you're right.
for
Actually,
sure.
You're right. I wanted Bills or Houston,
Yeah.
but they both got smacked in the mouth by different teams.
Still
Houston
Stroud.
will be back strong too.
Yeah.
Houston.
Houston's.
They brought back their OC and their quarterback coach.
Yeah, Houston's gonna be a problem, guys.
They're gonna be scary.
So are we though.
I actually think so. Our whole division, except for these guys right here, Titans. You guys,
Depending on who their coach is and how
They're Jacksonville. We'll see.
they're up in the
they
air.
took a fall, didn't they?
We'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still a Will Levis fan, so we'll see.
I'm sorry.
It is what it is. Hate me all you want.
You can ride the banana boat with him all day long. And
Put mayonnaise in my coffee.
gross.
Okay, that's disgusting.
That's what he does.
I know. I remember that story.
It's extra fat. It's actually good for you.
2 hours later.
Anyways, now we're just rambling, guys. So listen, go Niners.
Go Niners.
Chiefs.
Niners, baby.
Go Colts.
Go Colts.
Colts.
We'll be back. It'll probably be a few weeks.
Ooh, go Duke this weekend. You get Carolina. Let's go Duke.
You talk about it. It'll probably be a few weeks because obviously, as we said, the Pro Bowl, then the Super Bowl. So yeah, it'll be a few weeks before. Probably be right around my birthday.
I think we did the same thing last year.
We did.
Oh, God.
Because remember, you know what? I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
Zach's turn. We'll find an
Nope.
alternative for Zach to do.
Nope.
You know what we could do? We could get a gluten-free chip, and then we can get one.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Anyways, so see you guys next time. You have a good one.
Deuces.
Love you.